Hey everyone, it's Elo. I hope that you're doing well. In today's video, I wanted to talk about some potential holiday gift ideas for this year. I think that gift shopping can be very stressful, whether you're making something or spending extravagantly. There's a feeling of pressure sometimes with buying something for another person, and some people are very difficult to shop for, either because they're very particular in their taste or they are, I guess, more pared down and they like things that are functional and serve a purpose in their life. So buying them something cutesy or related to an interest would kind of be more fluff to them than an actual gift that will be used in their daily life. And I know a lot of people feel uncomfortable just giving money or gift cards. So I wanted to share just a bunch of different ideas across budgets, everything from making it yourself to buying something very expensive, and I also wanted to share things that I think people with different interests or without any interests will enjoy and find use for or be happy to receive. So hopefully this will take some of the stress out of the holidays this year for someone out there. I had actually been planning this video for a few weeks, and I received a last minute email from Diana at Rose Forever New York. Some of you might remember that I did a flowers video a number of months ago that was in collaboration with Rose Forever New York. They sent me a square arrangement that was lilac color, and it was very pretty. And they reached out to me again and offered to give me another discount code to give to you and another arrangement to share. And I thought, why not? Because it fits in with the theme of this video so well. And I like the arrangement that I got this time even better than the first one, because I think the color is just really, really pretty, and they do have a number of different colors to choose from, and I do talk a lot about that in the previous video, the flowers video. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, you can go over there. I talk about some ways to make these roses last even longer than they are meant to. So these are forever roses, and they are preserved to last for 1 year without any maintenance. You don't have to do anything but let them sit there and look pretty. And this is the Passion Royal Blue, I think it was called. And I just think it's so pretty, and maybe it's because it's cold out and this is a very rich color that it just feels like it belongs right now. Whereas the lilac one was very nice for the summertime, but now it doesn't feel to me like it fits in with the mood of my apartment. So I am actually really happy to have gotten this. Again, the company is Rose Forever New York, and you can visit their website. They have so many different colors and styles of arrangements now. They've really beefed up the selection that they're offering. And if you want to, or you find yourself interested in choosing this as a gift idea, I do have a coupon code and a link, which will be in the description of this video, that will be valid through December 15th, so just a few days, but it is $25 off of an arrangement, whichever one you choose, so I think that's pretty good. The code is just eloASMR25, so you can either type that in at the checkout and do it that way, or you can click on the link and it will automatically apply. So I'm not gonna spend forever talking about it, but just wanted to show these pretty roses and talk about it, because I do think that it is a good gift option. That was one of the things that I based my last video on a lot, so obviously I think it's a good idea. Okay, so moving on to the next item, and we'll stay with the fancy, elegant theme for a moment. This is a wine glass from Tiffany & Co. I also have long stem wine glasses from them, and they are surprisingly affordable, whether you get this style or the full wine glass style. I think this one's really cute. I have two of each, and they have really cute bar glassware. So if someone you know likes a glass of wine, or they have a little bar cart in their house or something along those lines, and you think it would be appropriate, buying something from Tiffany just feels, you know, luxurious and exclusive, and it's definitely something that for the right person will make them feel very special. And one thing that I wanted to mention that made me think of is that it's not just about the person's personality. If you're buying for your partner, you also want to consider their love language, which I know I've mentioned before that I hate that term, but everyone feels special for different reasons. You can't expect to find the perfect gift to make someone feel very, very happy with you if they respond better to physical affection. If that's what makes them feel good the best and makes them feel loved the most, which I think is kind of the point of gift giving myself, then you need to go down that path. So don't just consider, you know, oh, will they use this? Will they like this? Or even sentimental. I think you should start with, how does this person feel loved? What do I do or can I do that makes them know that I'm thinking of them and wanting them to feel good, that kind of thing. And modified, you can even apply this same sort of philosophy with your children, friends, whatever, because understanding what the person responds well to is just a universal thing that doesn't cost anything. So if you know someone who likes to feel fancy and gifts do make them feel loved or make them feel what you want them to feel, I definitely recommend going online to Tiffany website and checking out their glassware. A lot of their stuff is super expensive. I think even a keychain was like way too much. But surprisingly, their wine glasses and whatnot are very affordable. And as I said, just have that feeling of like, oh my goodness, I got something from Tiffany. Oh wow. So that's my idea in that vein. In terms of other high-end ideas, and this actually is a good transition because I think it can work for big budget and very little budget. Obviously, things are very different in life right now, and I think that thinking about what your person misses about how our life was before can be a great place to think about a gift. For example, on the high end scale, a lot of people are missing going to the movies, and that's something that is hard to be okay with not doing for a lot of people. For me, even, that was one of my few outings that I really enjoyed, because I got to be around people but not socialize, and I just like the atmosphere and the snacks and just the whole experience. So if you have the money, getting a projector, and you don't even have to get a screen for a lot of them. If you have a large empty space on a wall, side of a house, something like that, you can set up your projector and play a movie. And I think that that's a really nice idea, because it kind of recreates the movie theater feeling. I think that would be really sweet to do for someone. And of course, you could get their favorite snacks to have during the movie, or watch their favorite movie with them, things like that. I think would be really fun. And if you've been avoiding seeing a movie that they want to see, that's another good choice, because it shows that you're really doing this for them. So pick a movie that they're interested in, and have a movie night. I think that that's really nice, and something that you can do on any budget. But if you do have the money, a projector is a great gift in that regard, because it's filling, to an extent, that void of not being able to go to the movie theater. And other people are missing other things, and you can recreate those at home, in whatever way you see fit. Or, if the person is really missing eating out, pack up a lunch or something and go to a park. That's still perfectly viable. You can have a picnic, and I'm sure there will be other people around. Humans are just very social creatures, so whether we're shy and introverted or supremely extroverted, it can still be nice just to be in the presence of other people. So thinking about places you can go and do that safely is an easy thing to do, in my experience, or my opinion. That's the word I'm looking for. Another kind of fun thing, I guess, is to get a game that you can play. If the person really likes trivia, get a trivia game. If it's only going to be two of you, get a game that's meant for two people. If you have a larger family, get something that everyone can play and enjoy together. I particularly love these gigantic playing cards, and I think it would be really funny to play, I don't know, a game of poker or something with these massive cards. It could be funny. It could be really funny if you smoke or drink. You could have a lot of fun with that. But if it's a family thing, that can be funny too. Just goofing around, I think, is an important thing this year. So that's something that I think would be fulfilling to that, and also something to do. So aside from jumbo playing cards, there's it's also the idea of doing things together with them. Obviously cooking is a pretty big thing, but you can also do like a gingerbread house. This is a little castle, and I saw it and I thought, I want to do that one because it's always a house. I've never seen a castle before, so I thought this would be really, really cool to do, and I will be making this in a future video, but this would be something fun too. Especially if it's out of your character to do something like that, but you know that your person would like it. You know, this is that moment to just deal with it and have a good time. Make it enjoyable for yourself in some way. And if you do enjoy doing things like that with your person, then it's working with your hands and together time that you can do at home. Not everyone has a kiln or something to make pottery, or the access to a woodworking shop or something from their home. So a lot of those sort of activities are not feasible right now. But if you are handy, there are all of these like painting and wine places, and you don't have to drink, but you can buy wood planks from Home Depot or whatever and stain them and get some paint and whatnot, and have a night where you and your person make a piece of art. A lot of the time it's like something about your dog or your cat or your household, and that kind of thing is fun too. And if you stink at making art, use stencils. It's about the process and the just enjoyment of trying something new. So don't let your talent or lack thereof be the only thing that dictates the gift that you choose. These are all sort of my ideas that I've thought of for togetherness. Of course, there are other things you can do that don't require you to spend time with the person necessarily. If you think that your person doesn't enjoy, taking 3 hours out of their day to do arts and crafts, or go on a picnic or watch a movie or whatever, you can also just get them something. I think one of the best things to do is to get something sentimental, something that they'll love. If you are around my age, we're starting to get very nostalgic for our childhood, and it's a good time to buy that person a GameCube and play with them, or a Super Nintendo, or if you can't do that, think about or find something that was important to them in their childhood, and look on YouTube for episodes of a show that they really liked, whether it's Arthur or some crazy movie that they enjoyed as a kid, and watch those things together, experience them together, dress up in 90s clothes and do something 90s related, or 80s or 70s or whatever. Those things just can be fun to do, and I think that appealing to that sense of what the person really enjoys is also a great thing to do. So I'm going to show 2 gifts now that were given to me, and neither of the people who gave them to me asked me if I wanted these things. They just knew from talking to me and listening to me and being thoughtful that these were things that would be important to me. And I wasn't expecting either of them. And I wept when I got these gifts because they were just so perfect for me. And I think that that's a really cool thing to be able to do for someone. So first is this Funko Pop, which a lot of you know I collect. And that's another option for you too, is to get some cute Funko Pops of something that your person loves, whether it's Harry Potter or Rick and Morty or, you know, whatever TV show they're into. They probably make a pop for it. So this one though is from my all-time favorite movie, which is why it's really, really important to me. This is Bill Murray as Steve Zissou from The Life Aquatic, and I never even thought that there would be pops from my favorite movie. It never occurred to me to even look. And when I got this, I was just so floored because it's such a perfect gift for me. It combines pops, which I love, with my favorite movie, which I love, with my favorite actor, which I love. Like, it's just a bunch of little things that were pieced together to create a gift that's one of like the top 3 most perfect gifts I've ever gotten in my life. And this person didn't have to ask me at all. So I think that's really cool. You can do something like that for your person. And the next gift is very much the same in how it made me feel and how I would rank it among gifts I've received. So this is the gift. She's not glued onto the platform, so it's easy for me to topple her over. And when I say her, I mean me. This is me as a blood elf reading a World of Warcraft book. You can see the horde symbol in there. And I'm sitting on a stack of books, and she even has my lip rings and my glasses, and this gear set is one that's very similar to what I had on my mage that I actually played in WoW. And she has my eyes too. This is just so cool. So cool. Like, here's my staff. I never again would have thought of me as a WoW character doing one of the things that I love most. I was shocked, like trembling shocked when I received this gift, because I was just like, it's me, this is so cool, you know, like all of my things that I do most, I guess, playing WoW and reading, coming to life and seeing myself as a WoW character. It's just so cool. And that was an Etsy gift, I believe, something that was commissioned. I know that that was the case at the very least. Someone made that based on the gift giver's description. And I think that Etsy is a huge gold mine when it comes to sentimental gifts or personalized gifts, maybe is a better way to say it. So just even if you don't want to get them the exact thing, like maybe they love a certain sports team, or they love watching a certain whatever, like NASCAR or tennis or whatever niche thing they enjoy doing, you can still make a gift that isn't just giving them like a jersey or a basketball or something that necessarily goes right along with their interest. You can just take the sum of things that they enjoy and find a way to make it a personalized gift. Jewelry is also great for some people. I have my little snowflake on today for Christmas, and this is also a gift that I got. I personally enjoy jewelry even though I don't wear it a whole lot, mainly because I don't have a plethora of things that I love to wear. However, it can be nice to get something like that, to get flowers, to get candy, to get jewelry. Those are all cliche things to get a woman, but it can still be really nice, especially because those things are built up to be stereotypically so important. It can just feel validating and good to some people, and that's perfectly fine. Speaking of candy, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you may not have seen this yet, but this is another gift that I received, and it's an advent calendar. It's so cute, for one. For two, all of the little boxes are filled with delicious candies, and it makes a good decoration. It's exciting, because every night I get to have another little candy, and I don't know what it's gonna be, and I don't know if I'm gonna like it, and I don't know the presentation. The last one that I ate, they were little chocolate balls. However, they fizzed when you ate them, like Pop Rocks. I had never experienced something like that before. It was so cool to be eating delicious chocolate and then having it like explode in my mouth, because Pop Rocks are fun. So this is another thing. I know it's too late now to do an advent calendar. However, you can still do something fun with candies if the person enjoys that kind of thing. And this is from Sugarfina, I believe is what their brand name is. Yeah, Sugarfina. That's N as in Nancy. And the candy is on point. There's stuff that I've never tried before, even remotely, and it's all been really good because the quality of the candy is good. So you can't really go wrong with something like that, and if it has a fun presentation, that's even better, I think, than just going to the dollar store and getting movie style candy. Speaking of the dollar store, I have to do my plug that I usually do for the dollar store. It is a gold mine, both for children's stocking stuffers, cards, like Christmas cards, holiday cards to send out, snacks, candies. There's so much stuff at the dollar store that only costs $1 that would be awesome to give. It's a great resource, and especially this year when we don't have a whole lot of excess money to go around, most of us, this is a way that you can get someone a lot of things without driving yourself broke. And again, some people like getting a lot of things. Some people like opening a lot of gifts. If that's the case, then get them 27 boxes of whatever and wrap each one individually. You can make the way that you give the gift fun if you feel like the gift itself is, not super unique, not the person as a character from their favorite video game of all time doing the thing that they love most to do. It can be something goofy. It's also a great way just to give money or gift cards to some place that the person enjoys. And I know that people scoff at that. I think it's a great gift. So I'm sure that there are other people out there who would appreciate it just as much as I do. If I go to a certain restaurant a lot, or DoorDash, or a subscription to Hulu or Netflix, if they listen to Pandora or Spotify, buy them a year of premium so they don't have to deal with ads. Even on YouTube, get them a year of YouTube premium so they don't have to deal with ads. Especially for those of us watching ASMR, that's huge. You don't have to have any ads in your videos whatsoever. That would be a nice world. So there are little things like that that you can do as well that are useful and are meaningful. And I think there are plenty of people out there who would enjoy those gestures just as much as the next thing that you feel obligated to get them because it's the perfect gift. Speaking of which, I got these slippers. I know it's such a cliche gift, but look at these slippers. They're so fuzzy and soft and cute. And my ex's older sister got me these for Christmas, I think last year. I'm obsessed with them. Like, walking around the house in these is so much fun. Granted, Frida tries to bite my feet because she thinks they're toys, but something like this can bring joy to the person's life. Getting them a miniature version of something they love, or a large version of something they love. Like I said, I think goofiness is really important right now. And getting them some crazy slippers or anything like that is, I think, a great gift. And it can be across budgets as well. You can be as bougie as you want, or you can do something like slippers, that's not going to cost you more than $20. I love them. They're so soft. I think that's a great gift. And like I said, I know I'm just one person and these are all my own philosophies, but I still think there are plenty of people out there who would be just as happy that you thought of them and got them something to make them smile, make them laugh, make them feel loved, whatever that is. Another thing you can get them that is down the thoughtful path is something like their favorite shampoo. I don't use this conditioner anymore, but I just got it because it's an Aveda product And the reason why I wanted to show this particular one, number one, it's pretty, I think. And number two, you know, I'm not sure that I would suggest this style of gift. Well, maybe, who cares? If you don't know, go to the bathroom one day at your person's residence and just peek and see what kind of body products they use in the shower, razors, anything that's practical for them. Shampoos are not cheap if you're getting the nicer ones. You know, this probably cost me like $22. And I think that that is an outrageous amount of money for 6.7 fluid ounces of conditioner. That's a lot, and that's money that cuts into your person's budget. Things that they can choose to do for themselves, bills that they can pay. It's relieving to not have to buy new razors or new shampoo, or, you know, just those little things around the house that really add up. And this is a way that you can get them stuff that you know they will use, but it's also thoughtful, and you're kind of giving them freedom with their own money. I just think it hits a lot of boxes that you can possibly hit for a gift. It's thoughtful because you're getting things that they actually use, which also makes it utilitarian for people who don't like fluffy gifts. It's good for money and something you can do no matter who you are. So I think that is just a good idea. Go to the dollar store and get a basket, make a little spread, you know, put in little cookies or whatever, and then put in things like their shampoo, their products that they use, scents that you know they like. And speaking of that, I do want to just give this hot tip in case any of you are not already doing this. If you have someone in your life who means something to you, throughout the year, as they say, like, oh, I really would want that, or I really like that, or whatever, make a note in your phone or on a piece of paper and compile a list so that when things like this come around, you're not stuck thinking, oh crap, what do I get them? What are they gonna like? Another benefit to making a list is that it puts some time and distance between the idea and the event. So maybe 6 months ago they couldn't stop talking about how they wanted a certain t-shirt, but now they're not really as involved in that thing. You can know, like, okay, that's not still something that's a good idea. You can see what lasts in their life as being meaningful or useful or helpful to them. Also, you can maybe translate that idea to something that they like now. So, okay, they don't like that t-shirt anymore, but I know that they're really into this, so I'll get them a t-shirt of this thing that's comparable to that thing. It's just a way to take some stress off yourself for a number of gift-giving holidays. Another option is to go the candle route. This one's called Christmas Morning. It's fresh pine. Is it pronounced balsam? And cedar leaf. I got this one at TJ Maxx for $10. They're usually like 16 or 20 bucks. This is the knockoff to Yankee Candle. It's called Village Candle. But they're just as potent. They last just as long. These are always the candles that I buy because they're really good quality and usually like $5 to $10 cheaper than the other ones, which means you can get another candle. So this is kind of a dangerous path though, unless you really know what scents they like. I have received a candle before and been like, thank you, you know, but in my head I'm thinking I'm never going to burn this candle, because I'm very particular with what scents I like. So again, I would be careful with things like that unless you're sure. And that's another thing, you can see what candles they have and get a good idea of their sort of profile for scent if you don't already know. Another thing that I just briefly wanted to touch on is makeup. I'm not a huge makeup person. If you've been watching my videos for some time now, you might remember that last year, on my birthday, I was really into watching the makeup people on YouTube. They were entertaining to me. It was a whole new niche of life that I had never seen or experienced before, and I tried my hand at a full face of makeup. Obviously it didn't stick because that's not my personality in the end, to spend all that time putting on makeup. I just have better things to do, in my opinion. But if you do know someone who loves makeup, Fenty Beauty, which is Rihanna's makeup line, along with a number of other very popular brands right now, they have little holiday sets. So it'll be like a little collection, you know, $35 gets you a foundation and a highlighter and a eyeshadow or something like that. They're meant for Christmas, for Hanukkah, for whatever occasion. So I would just think about that. If you know enough to choose just a little bundle, pick one of those popular brands right now and get them something from that brand, because branding, I've learned, is really big in makeup and it matters to a lot of people. That's not to say that there aren't less expensive makeups that are just as good, products I should say, but it means something to someone, just like the Tiffany would mean something to someone. Getting something from Lady Gaga's House Laboratories or Rihanna's Fenty Beauty or Fenty Skin. I think Selena Gomez is doing a thing. J-Lo is doing a thing. There are all these big names that are out there, and some are not sponsored by celebrities. Those are the only ones I know of and can think of. That's a cool thing to do for someone. So my last few gifts are more practical and I think on the lower budget range. So some people this will be a weird gift, some people it will be a great gift. If the person you know tends to get a little sad or cranky or just more lethargic and down during the winter months, get them a sad lamp. SAD actually stands for seasonal affective disorder, but I got this one from Miroko off of Amazon, and it was only like 20 bucks or something, $18. It has 3 different brightness settings. I plug it in where I'm working, and it's like a little mini sun that shines on you. And studies have shown that this mini sun helps to encourage those chemicals in your body that we don't get as much of when it's darker out. So it's kind of like bringing the sunshine to them literally, and it has been tested and shown to boost people's moods considerably when they deal with seasonal affective disorder. So that's an option. Another thing that can look similar to this, but is not a sad lamp, is a slow rise alarm clock. Everyone's kind of at home now and stress levels are high, so getting them a cool alarm clock that wakes you up gradually, or one that shines the time onto the ceiling, or something that will be a more pleasant wake up than a cell phone ringtone, is also, I think, a good idea right now. Another gift that I've received that I think would be excellent is a weighted blanket. The person who gave me that also suggested that I talk about that and a couple other things that I've integrated. The weighted blanket was an amazing gift idea. I didn't ask for one. I didn't even know that I wanted one for sure. I'd never tried it, and I'm in love with it. It's so nice. And again, if you are buying for someone who enjoys watching ASMR, has anxiety, stress, likes to just be secure feeling, it's a great idea. They sell ones in all different ranges. You can get them from someplace like TJ Maxx, or you can go online and get expensive ones that have like a cool side and a warm side, or that have different like functionality or colors or whatever than maybe the one that you'll find in TJ Maxx, but they all do the same thing. So it's a good range gift again. Also, if your person is someone who loves organizing things, this is coming straight from me. Get them a label maker. I wanted a label maker, so it's not something that I just got and fell in love with. I used one at work where I was working years and years ago, and this thing has been so much fun for me. I label pretty much everything I can, and there's different colors of tape that you can put in there, so that if you want to do different colors, you can do that. There are little things that you can program. So you can have like a frame, you can have it underlined, you can change the length. It's all very customizable. In the style section, you can do something like a shadow, or they have different bold and italic and things like that that you can change the look of what you're printing. And it's just a fun thing to do for the people who enjoy organization, and it's just fun anyway, I think. Some people might think that's the dumbest gift idea on the planet, but again, I'm sure there are other people out there who would love a label maker. Just be careful if you live together and you don't want all of your stuff labeled, because they'll probably not be able to control themselves very well. Another idea, of course, is a book. You knew I was probably going to say this. I love reading, so I will take any kind of book, really, that falls into my interest scope. You can also get them something like a comic book or coffee table book, something that will be funny, easy to read. You know, it doesn't have to be some super long, very prestigious piece of literature. You can just get them something that will, again, lift their mood, give them something to talk about, give them something to look at, intrigue them in some way. There are plenty of books out there to choose from. So, also, if your person does yoga or exercises, getting them a nice yoga mat is a good idea. And also, there are ways, if they already have a yoga mat, but maybe it's a little old or starting to get stinky or something, there are ways to upcycle yoga mats. So you can not only buy them a new one, but you can also make a little date of, or give them a list of things to do with their old yoga mat. Some things include using them as a rug stopper, so keeping a rug from slipping on a tile or wooden floor. You can cut the yoga mat and make a little placemat for the table if you have children. You can make a little place for your dogs, food and water to go, or your cats' food, anything like that can be created out of cutting the mat. They can also be used for some gardening purposes, but I'm not as familiar with those because I don't garden like that. And worst comes down to it, if your person is a giving person, yoga mats can often be donated to shelters and given to homeless people as sleeping pads. So there are a lot of ways that you can bring a new yoga mat into someone's life if they have had theirs for a while. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about, but I don't have anything to actually physically show you, is something like Harry and David, which is a company that makes these beautiful arrangements. They have all kinds that you can do. Ones that are salty and sweet. You can do chocolate covered strawberries with wine. You can do cakes and pies, and they have somewhat affordable ones. They have a lot of high budget ones. You can get them this kind of gift situation that has cheese and crackers, or obviously there are subscriptions, but if you just wanted to get them one thing to physically give them, Harry and David is a great company. Also, you can do something like Wolferman's. They make breads and English muffins that are really good. Any kind of food they like, get them a gigantic thing of cookies. There's a company called Stacked with like 3 C's. They make crazy cookies. They're huge. They have different themes, and they're It's like a cake, but as a cookie. It's a big, big thing. So doing something like that is like a special version of something that you know that they like already. Food is just always a way to go. We all need to eat, and a lot of people really like food. So, if they're trying to cut back on something, go that route. Like, encourage what they enjoy right now. You can always do the edible arrangements fruit thing if you want something healthier. There are a lot of options, and the fun part about those things to me is that you get all different kinds of things, so you get to try things that you might not normally purchase at the store. Different flavors of things, as well as different actual foods. So that's kind of fun, just to see if you like it or not, without any risk, without any financial loss of your own. Similarly, if you know that the person is wanting to learn to cook, get them X amount of meals from Blue Apron or HelloFresh, one of those companies that sends you the ingredients that you need. It's easy cooking. You can buy them however many months worth fits your budget. And then, if it's your love person, you can make the first meal with them, or teach them something or whatever. I think that's another thing that can be both practical and spend time together. So that's what I got. I hope that these ideas have been useful to you. Maybe sparked an idea that you'll enjoy bringing to life this holiday season. Again, thank you to Rose Forever New York. I just have to show it again. They didn't ask me to show it multiple times, but I just think it's really, really pretty, and a great way to get someone something that's not just gonna go away in a week. It's a long-term, beautiful thing to look at, that they can think of you, and I think that's really cool. I was really surprised by these because I had never seen anything like that before. So yeah, that is all of the ideas that I have, and I hope that you all have a minimally stressful holiday season. As I said, I'll probably be posting a video at some point of me making that gingerbread house, unless I make that a Patreon video. I don't know yet, but that should be fun, and I will see you in my next video.